Stock tip. Best stock setups.
Hi and welcome back to a new episode of Stock Tip Daily Update with me, Untitled. So the markets were pretty wild yesterday. By the way, I'm still transmitting from this nice cozy hotel room in Italy. But today is our last vacation day, so as of Monday we're going to be transmitting from home again and from a better or comfier environment than this one. So I don't think this looks that well on the camera. But enough about that. Let's get back to the market. So the markets opened with a huge gap down as a result of the Russian aggression there, and the markets worked their way up yesterday, closing about 1.5% up, I think, and that's a whooping move. I didn't expect such a good correction, but for the most part, I think it's just a bounce, and perhaps as soon as we reach the 9 or the 20 moving average, I think we're going to go back down. But that's just my opinion. I would profit from a nice move up, from a quick end to this correction, and from reaching the all-time high here in a couple of weeks or months. I would definitely profit from that. I would definitely profit more from that than I would profit from continuation of this fall here and us reaching our target of 360 or 370. But let's handle it doesn't matter, so we shall just have to wait and see what the market is going to offer us. Anything else is just speculation and just fortune telling, and that's no way to work around it. Okay, so this was the SPY, and the Nasdaq did pretty much the same thing and ended the day with 3.3% in plus yesterday. Also a huge volume here, but as I've said, I'm not that convinced, and we shall have to wait for the next trading day to begin and to show us which direction we are heading to. For the most part of it, pre-market at least, we have slightly negative numbers, and we are almost 1% down in the Nasdaq and almost 1% down in the SPY. But it doesn't really matter. So yesterday we started with minus 2.5% and we ended in plus. So what actually happens pre-market is of no real interest. Let's go back to the regular hours and take a look at the IVM. The same story here. The IVM, we started the day beneath this less support, there's not less support level, beneath this support level, and worked our way up until we reached the 9-day moving average, and then we closed the day pretty much at the top with 2.6%. But like I've said, let's just wait and see what the markets are going to do. The German markets had a pretty nasty day. They finished in the total negative, and today, I think this is today, and no, this is still from yesterday, so they're still finished with minus 2%, and I think no one was that happy about Russia attacking Ukraine, but as you can see here, the markets and the politics don't really have that much in common, because in spite of this long-awaited attack, the market still reacted positively. In the beginning negatively, but in the end positively yesterday. Euro to US dollar moving down and reaching right now this support level. I think we can take it one notch deeper, and we are bound to hit it again. Perhaps we will develop here a nice trend canal, and bounce our way up again. That's something for next week to see. Then oil. This is not the classical oil. This is oil VanEck Factors Oil Service ETF. This is an ETF I've traded in oil. Oil looks a bit different So there was also this big speculation because of yesterday's happenings, but the markets pretty much closed in neutral mode. In the meantime, the oil I'm trading, VANIC Vectors Oil Service ETF, is still heading in the right direction. So our entry was here, and now we are here. So still with a nice plus. And then gold started on the opposite side of the market, so with a huge bounce, with a very huge and nice bounce, only to finish the day slightly in minus. But overall, I'm still very much happy with the developings of gold, and perhaps we are going to get a nice pullback here and then a continued move up. We shall have to wait and see, but overall gold is still looking very, very nice. Then silver is closely mimicking what gold is, but it isn't looking that good. Okay, then to the second part of our video. Oh no, before I forget, the strategy would be to remain the same, to remain slightly conservative here, and I am going to keep my shorts here or to let them close, and I'm pretty much staying clear of long swings here, and I'm pretty much going to hold on to a pretty huge cash quota and wait and see how the market is developing, and pretty much give my options some time to do their job. So that would be the strategy. I repeat, pretty much stay in cash at the moment, avoid long swings until we have a definite move, and wait and see what happens. So to the second part of our video, the active positions in the portfolio. So Amazon looked very weak yesterday at the beginning of the trading hours, almost reached this support line here, but it ended way up in plus. I still haven't closed this position. I would have taken some profits, but as I only have one stock here in my portfolio from Amazon, I couldn't take any profits, and I didn't want to close the position anytime soon. I still don't want to close this position. My stop remains here, and I shall wait and see what happens next. So, adjusted. BioNTech on the other side, and in BioNTech I managed to cash in on some profits pre-market actually. I think here somewhere I can manage to close 1/3 of my position and take my profits, and as of such this trade has no chance of entering in the negative. I've left my stop where it was, and I'm pretty much waiting for the bounce back down. Then Bros, I think I didn't take any profits in Bros. The trade is still open, but Ford stock tips setup of the week gave me the best opportunity here. I was already up, I think, 250% on my initial risk here, and pre-market right about here I've closed 1/3 of the position, and yeah, so just in 2 days time, so 1 to 3 days time, let's say 3 days time. In 3 days time I managed to make a nice positive trade here, and this was with this week's setup of the week from stock-tip.com. Don't forget it. Gold, we've already talked about gold. And IVM looked pretty good yesterday, and honest to God, I wanted to close to also close 1/3 of the position here, but being an ETF, I couldn't close it pre-market, and as the market started rebounding, I was still on the slopes yesterday, and pretty much forgot about it. Doesn't matter, I'm still pretty much in plus at the moment, and if the markets do decide to trade to change the direction, then so be it. It was my fault for taking a vacation and staying clear of the markets for the most time. But that's how it is. I wouldn't trade my ski vacation with my family for this one, for a couple of profits in the IVM. In the meantime, the stop still remains where it was. I think it was here. Yes, I think it was here. So the stop will remain here, and we shall see what how the markets are going to develop here today. And I think today it won't be that convincing, but next week, perhaps next week. Oil, we've already talked about it, and Twitter. Twitter was also a position I managed to take my my first profit, so I closed a third of the position at 32.4 pre-market also, or somewhere 32.2, so almost at my target. My target was 32, but I think at 32.2 or so, I managed to close a third of the position. So I'm pretty much happy with that. So I think I've closed a third of the position in the 3 or 4 of the stocks here in the portfolio, and these are titles that can go in the negative anytime soon, or because in the worst case scenario they are going to end in minus, but I wish to give them more and more space to develop, because I still think the general direction the market is heading is south, and I would like to remain invested as long as I can here, or until proven otherwise. Okay, that's all for the free part of our video today. Remember, if you like the video so far, if you do have any questions, leave them in the comment section below, and if you like the video, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll join you again today or tomorrow. Now for the third part of our video.